All right, so let's talk about Ted Lasso Season 1. So I know this review is a little bit late from when Ted Lasso Season 1 came out. It's probably over a year old. But I just came around to watching this show and kind of connecting with this show. I'm the biggest Apple nerd you'll find, but I was always skeptical of the Apple shows. I'm skeptical of Apple's mission in TV and kind of what they're doing there. I think realistically, when you look at Apple and you say, are you going to be a player in streaming? More than likely, what they would be better off doing is going and buying somebody, buying a Netflix, buying a Disney, buying somebody along that front. A Disney may be a stretch. I like why they wouldn't have bought Time Warner and Warner Brothers from when it was up for sale. I don't know. But I had heard a lot of good things about this particular show. It's a show called Ted Lasso. And when you first log into it, you notice that there's a reason why this is Apple's most successful show. It's actually a Warner Brothers show that Apple purchased. But it's number one, going in, I've always liked Jason Sudeikis from Saturday Night Live. I always thought he was an interesting character. I never thought he's had really anything great. Just because he's kind of been put in the wrong places. But what I noticed about Ted Lasso from the start is that it's adult and it's got adult humor in it, but it's kind of got this bright, shiny, like positive vibe to it. And so if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, the whole story is that Jason Sudeikis is a former American football coach who gets hired to coach an English team. He doesn't really have any experience there, but he's like the believer of positivity, all of those pieces. And it follows not only him kind of transitioning and kind of convincing the English soccer folks to follow him, but also kind of the stories of the people around the club. So some of the players, some of the owner, and really it's such an interesting take on, and so different. It's kind of one of those dramedies where there's a lot of drama to it, but it's so positive and there's a lot of jokes in it. So it's also kind of a comedy. It's somewhere in between. I'll say I really, really like the show. I think that it's very positive. It's got that sports theme to it. A lot of great kind of themes you can take out of it about believing in yourself and winning and kind of really putting everything on the line all come out of the show while having some real humorous moments as far as comedy and some real good jokes in it. I think there's some parts of it that I think as you progress through the show, Ted has some issues that he has to kind of work through, but he always maintains that positive vibe in front. And you just wonder, is he ever going to break from that positivity? And you kind of see that come about. Now, the issues are very tropey. A divorce, working with a kid, all very tropey. But you want the tropey ones because you're like, can this guy really be that positive? And so that's one of the really great things about the show. I'm a little bit behind too. I'm just starting season 2, but really excited for season 2.